AMERIGLO Suppressor height sights and the Holosun 507C are a match made in heaven. Check it out. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you stopping by to check out this video. We have some exciting news for the channel coming up. One thing is in this box, and if you just want to skip ahead and get to the review, no big deal. I'll leave a timestamp down here. You can skip ahead and get right to the review. However, I do have some exciting news. I received my package today from Core Essentials. I use Core Essentials, some of their products, pretty much every single day of my life. And what's in this box is really exciting. I'm not going to spoil it yet. There will be the video next Friday coming out on what's in this box, test and review. And if you did not have a chance to win the everyday carry knife giveaway, do not worry, because at the end of my testing, when we hit 1,500 subscribers on this channel, what's in this package, it's an everyday carry item, something that you can use pretty much every day of your life if you carry a gun, will be given to one of the subscribers. There'll be another giveaway once we hit that milestone of 1,500. We're almost there, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get into the video. Now, as you know, because of this injury, I had to give up the SIG P365. Nothing wrong with the SIG, it's just that my Glock 19 has a red dot on it, and I'm able to manipulate the slide pretty easily because of that, and I don't have to have both of my hands to do that. You could do the one-handed drill with the iron sights on the SIG P365 and like the side of a belt, but I just don't prefer that. I prefer having something like the red dot on the gun. Being able to manipulate the side makes it easier. So I have to say that AMERIGLO has outdone themselves. I know these sights have been out for a while, but you know, coming back to my Glock 19 and really appreciating the setup with the Holosun, specifically 507C that's on this gun, and the AMERIGLO co-witness sights or suppressor height sights, whatever you want to call them, are just a match made in heaven. Let's go over some specs of these iron sights, and I'll tell you and show you some pictures what it looks like to co-witness with this. It's beautiful. So as far as the specs go, they are compatible with all Glock models Gen 1 through 5, and then basically the name of these are the AMERIGLO optic compatible sight set for Glock suppressor height sights that AMERIGLO came out with. The ones that I have specifically are for Glock Gen 1 through Gen 5. The size XL. Now the front sight height, and this is where it gets interesting, and I'll share with you the actual millimeters of the co-witnessing with the Holosun 507C specifically. But the front sight is 8 millimeters tall. High. The rear sight is 10.01 millimeters tall. And something that's really important that I do want to point out, that I do have an aftermarket plate for the Holosun. It is a CNH plate, so just keep that in mind. It does affect you know, a millimeter or two. It could affect how the sight sits on your Glock if you're looking for a co-witness setup like this. So the front sight, the one that I went with, is the green tritium with orange outline front sight, and then the rear sight is blacked out. The reason I love the rear blacked out when it comes to co-witnessing is because it's less things going on, it's less things your eyes have to pick up. It just makes it really easier to distinguish between the red dot and your front sight. So I really love the idea of having that rear sight blacked out. It's just something that works really well for me. You can distinguish pretty quickly the red dot from the front sight, which is something that that green tritium really helps out, so you're not, struggling or even taking that extra second to see. But obviously it comes with practice and your gun and practicing at the range and being able to use a red dot. So there is, some practice that comes with this. However, if you're like me, you're still old school, you love the irons, but you do like this idea of having a red dot, this co-witness setup is perfect. So what I really love about this setup is the fact that that rear sight is barely peeking over the 507C. It's 1.7 millimeter peek over, so you're not getting a huge distraction in your red dot window. It's just enough to line up the sights without having anything in front of your window. I'm going to show you a picture. If you have the RMR, this is the sight picture you're going to get. It works fine for people. I think it looks great, but for me, it's just too much in that window. And I love the idea of that rear sight just barely peeking over and giving you less things to worry about, whether you're using the red dot or you go back to the iron. So it's just something that I think is perfect. I think AMERIGLO with the 507C and a CNH plate on a Glock 19 is in a beautiful combination, and it really gives you a really good sight picture. So it's something, if you are interested in having something maybe less, I guess, chaotic in your window and a little, more streamlined and being able to pick up your irons but not being in the way of the red dot, I think this is an amazing combination. Now, I'd have nothing wrong with Trijicon. I have most of my other Glocks have Trijicon on them, and I love them. However, I did have the Trijicon suppressor height sights before the AMERIGLO, and it just was a little bit too much for me, a little bit too much to look at through the window with the red dot. So that's why I went with a little bit shorter AMERIGLO, and this combo worked out perfect for me. It's a lot easier to pick up that red dot without a bunch of stuff going on in that window. So I just want to share with you all, if you are interested in a really good combo, I suggest the AMERIGLO Suppressor height sights. Now, I got these off of T-Rex Arms. Let me see how much they're going. I couldn't find them anywhere else really, but they always have them in stock here, and they range from $45 to $68 depending on your front sight. Are you going to get the tritium, or you're not going to get the tritium? So I think that's what really makes the price difference. And one other thing about these, they do not co-witness with the Aimpoint T1 or the Leupold Delta Point Pro, so just keep that in mind. It will not work with those. But if you have a Holosun 507C, which I love, even an RMR, it will work perfect, even better, in my opinion, with the 507C. So just a really quick review of these sights. Like I said, guys, bear with me. I'm trying to work the best I can with the limited mobility I have in this hand. And do not forget that we have an exciting review coming out next week, Friday, on what is inside of this package. I'm so excited to test this out. Core Essentials, it is an amazing company, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be an amazing product, and I will be giving it away to you guys at 1,500 subscribers, so just keep that in mind. I appreciate each one of you. Thanks for stopping by to check out this video, and I will catch you all on the next one. God bless.